Hello everyone, my name is Cliff and welcome back to my channel. This is Cliff's Dark Gems. And if you're new here, welcome for the first time. And today we're going to do my August pile of possibilities, including all sorts of horror, some trash, and a few palette cleansers between all the nasty stuff. So stay tuned. Okay everyone, so yeah, I'm reading a lot of shorter stuff this month. Not only shorter stuff, but I've chosen a lot of novellas and short story collections because I kind of need to kickstart my reading again. I haven't been reading for a couple of weeks for obvious reasons, but what I'm busy with right now is Joe Hill, 20th Century's Ghost. And I actually have read this already, but it's nice just to have something familiar. It's an awesome book. And even though it's horror, a lot of his tales are really just good stories. And I'm looking forward to giving it a reread. Yeah, so that is 20th Century Ghost. Okay, first up I've got a buddy read that I'm very excited about with Crits at Secrets Read. And that is Forgotten Island by David Sodergren. And I think we're going to actually do a live thing on this, which could be a lot of fun. Not sure yet, we're going to talk about that. But basically from Goodreads it says, and oh by the way, most of the books are on Kindle, so I was giving a little bit of information about it on Goodreads. So this particular one is two sisters travel to a deserted island paradise in order to reconnect. And then they become stranded with no food, and something is watching them from the trees, something ancient, something evil. Yeah, so it sounds like a lot of fun. Everything I've read by this author has been awesome. 4 or 5 stars for me. And it's Maggie's Grave and The Heart. And I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into this. So it should be fun. Okay, next we continue with the 70s Horror Project. Created by Greg from another Bibliophile Reads. And I'll link everyone that's involved below. And this is Gwen in Green by Hugh Zachary. I think it was published in 1973 or 74. And let me just read what it says on Goodreads. A couple buy a home on their dream island. Okay, sounds kind of similar to the first one. Probably very different, I'm not sure. In the cool, clear pool near the house, the one where there had been a tragic drowning years before, lay a terrifying secret that had been there for centuries. Suddenly, Gwen found herself with strange new powers. Sexual power, telepathic power, even the power to kill. She heard voices in her mind and knew what she had to do. Now, I love the first book from last month. What was it called again? Burnt Offerings. And I'm hoping this is going to be as good. So yeah, it sounds like a fun one. Next up I'm going to be reading 3 horror short stories from a booktuber, Lydia P, and her channel is Typical Books. Now you really need to go see this channel. She talks exclusively about horror. She has a podcast and she's got such a presence on camera, and I really love watching her show. And basically this says a collection of 3 tales of fear, confusion and hopelessness from the author of Nightface. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy this, and I'm going to track down her book as well, Nightface. And now for some trashy horror stories and short stories. And I decided to splurge out on GarbAugust. Now I'm just going to simply say Carology presents GarbAugust. The GarbAugust anthology of awesome trash. Now, I'm looking forward to reading some other short stories by other booktubers, maybe just sussing them out, finding some of my favorites and talking about them. And yeah, that should be fun. It was all sorts of booktubers involved. There's some art from booktubers as well. And yeah, I'm going to have a lot of fun. So over 30 stories. I don't think I'm going to read all of them this month. I don't know how much I'm going to read this month, but I'm going to enjoy this particular one. And yeah, GarbAugust is obviously in August, and it's created by Ollie from Carology, and I'll link him down below as well. Okay, this next one I'm very excited about, and that is Stephen King, You Like It Darker. Now, this was a gift last month from Mom and Dad, and I'm dying to get stuck into these. I think it's 12 stories. It's got a rating of 4.33 average rating on Goodreads, which is freaking high, and I've heard people rave about this collection, and they say that it's a return to form for Stephen King, like some of his earlier stuff. Look, I'll be the judge of that. I've heard some of them are better than others, but I'm dying to get stuck into this, and I would like to finish it this month so that I can give a review next month. So that is You Like It Darker. Okay, for the next three, there's 2 novellas and a short story, and they were on my TBR for last month, but I did not get to them. Let's starting with Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones. This is a brand new author from me. I've heard he's brilliant, and yes, it's my first little thing into his writing. And apparently it's about a boy, and he's a young boy, and I've already said this last month, but that's fine, I'll say it again. And he's basically wandering around his house at night, and he sees a figure, and he thinks it's his dad, and he wanders after him. And every night he does the same, and he goes deeper and deeper into the house, and he doesn't realize how big the house is, and it's dangerous. And so yeah, that is mapping the interior of his house. And yeah, the dad actually died of a mysterious disease or something, not sure. So this sounds like kind of quite an original story, and I'm looking forward to it. And it is short, so I will read it this month, promise. And the 7th book is Feral by Gemma Moore, and it's a short story, and on Goodreads it only says, "Meet Margot, she's had enough." And I said in the last time, you look at the book cover, and you look at the title, and yeah, you know, things might get quite feral and nasty. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, next up we have The Pale White by Chad Lutsky, and I love this author. Now, none of these books that I've read, I think I've read about 6 or 7 of them so far, maybe 5 or 6. None of them have been below 4 or 5 stars for me. And I just think he's an exceptional storyteller. Mostly writes coming-of-age stories, but very dark, very creepy, very original kind of coming-of-age stories. And I think this is no different. And it's about 3 girls, and they're held against their will in a house for sex trafficking, and they plan their escape. But does life outside the house offer them true freedom, or do the scars run too deep? Now, this sounds like another very heavy story. He does deal with very serious topics, but he does it in such a way that it's just, yeah, he's just such a great storyteller. That is The Pale White by Chad Lutsky. Okay, next up a book that I've had my eyes on for a while, and it's called Wild Spaces by S.L. Coney. And in Goodreads it says, Robert McCammon's boy's life meets H.P. Lovecraft, a foreboding, sensual coming of age, and I love those, I've just said that, in which the corrosive nature of family secrets and toxic relatives assume eldritch proportions. Yeah, eldritch is very much a Lovecraftian thing. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go into this blind. It sounds so original, just a unique idea. I did sort of give a synopsis of it somewhere last year, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. That is Wild Spaces by S.L. Coney. Okay, now for something a little bit more gentle, just 2 or 3 books, sort of palate cleansers. First one, the one and only Neil Gaiman, Norse Mythology. Apparently these are retellings of stories of Norse mythology, and I mentioned this book because it was a gift, and I mentioned it on my haul the other day, and yeah, I'd like to start dipping into some of these stories. So that is, yeah, Neil Gaiman, Norse Mythology. Okay, I've got another 2 that are completely out of my comfort zone, but that's okay. I think I might need them this month, to be honest. And the first one is really spoken of as a cozy fantasy, but I've heard it raved about on Booktube. And that is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldon. Sorry, it's up there. But anyway, yeah, it just sounds like such a sweet fantasy story in a coffee shop. And yeah, I just might need something like this. Yeah, just something to soothe the heart a little bit. And the other one is a possible Discworld entry. Entry point. I've only tried to read Discworld once and I failed miserably. But apparently this friend of mine, I'm going to talk about him now, he says this is a good place to start, and that is Gods by Terry Pratchett. And yeah, this is my mate Mark at the book thing. He loves Discworld. A lot of his channel is dedicated to Discworld, but he reads and reviews a lot of other stuff as well, including horror. And I really think you should just go check out his channel. He's an Irish guy, and he often films out in nature, and he's just got a great way about him. And I'm sure you might find something you like on his channel. So go check him out. Okay everyone, so that's my August pile of possibilities. Yeah, it's already the 7th or 8th of August, so I better get cracking. But yeah, tell me if you've read any of those, what you think about them, what should I prioritize if I don't get to all of them. There's a pile of possibilities after all. And yeah, just leave me a comment down below, and please remember to like and subscribe to help me out. And yeah, take care of yourselves. Until next time, keep those pages turning, and cheers.